Monty here, and today's Monty Chat is entitled Being a Good Boy Scout, Why It's So Important. So when you think about being a Boy Scout, that old expression, be prepared. So how many of us were not prepared for Corona, and how could we be? It's something that nobody ever really anticipated, although people talked about pandemics. I don't think we all really believed it would happen in our lifetime. And it caught us by surprise. I was lucky in the fact that I built a gym and a new house right before this happened. So I was pretty lucky. I also happened to buy a lot of toilet paper and paper towels by some week because it was on sale. And I said to myself, why am I buying all this stuff? It'll take me a year to use it, all for a $15 gift card. So I was kind of fortunate. I also feel fortunate that I can work from home and I still have a job, although I'm worried my project's ending in June. I think I do have another project to go to, but I'm worried that if, once that project's over, as long as you're billing to a customer, my company will keep us, but as soon as we don't bill, we get like 3 weeks and then they fire us. So it's kind of interesting being a consultant at this company, because I've been consulting for years. Other companies weren't like this. But anyway, I digress. Talking about being prepared. So why I haven't done any chats in the last week or so is I've been studying for my exam. I talked about coronavirus, it can make you or break you, and how are you going to become better from all of this? So one of the things is I've been learning so much stuff. So I learned this new application, Jira Portfolio. I'm learning now Jira Align, which is also like a portfolio kind of application for software development, agile lifecycle software development. And I passed my exam, got my certificate. I'm certified in Scaled Agile now. I was a certified Scrum Master and Product Owner, and now I'm a certified Agile leader. And so I've been doing a lot of positive things during Corona, and I'm going to be studying this weekend also, trying to learn this other new application. We've got some meetings for my next project. So I learned one application for my current project. I'm learning another one for my new one. And then also the new customer does Agile, so now I got certified in this. I didn't know a lot about SAFe Agile, SAFe, which is Scaled Agile Frameworks. That's what they call it. So I want to talk about being prepared. I firmly believe, and I don't want to be a Neil negative here or be a Debbie Downer, but I believe we're going to have some more waves of this. I believe the country's opening up too soon. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. And how are you going to be prepared in case that does happen? What if? You always got to do the what ifs. So I have a little closet now in my gym that I turned into a kind of preparatory closet. I ordered a lot of stuff. I guess it's coming from China that hasn't come yet. I have to go through my emails and follow up on all this stuff. But I have about 100 disposable masks, and these are not like medical grades. Don't be sending me little notes. Oh, you should be saving them for the hospital workers. Amazon will not sell any that's going to take away from the hospital workers. So, but they are disposable masks. I've got some regular masks that I can wash. I've got a lot of hand sanitizer. I've got tons of rubber gloves. I've got these little apparatus that you blow into that are supposed to train your lungs and keep the fluid out of your lungs in case I do get coronavirus, or my mother gets coronavirus, or a friend gets coronavirus. I bought like 4 of them. And I've got the Cardia little EKG machine. I've had that for a while. I got my blood pressure machine in there. I put everything like in there, like a health room, a health preparatory room. I ordered a couple of thermometers. I'm waiting for that to come so I can take my temperature. Trying to be prepared. Lots of water. Hurricane season is coming, so I'm trying to stock up on the water. I'm not trying to hoard, but in Florida, you're supposed to have lots of water in your house for hurricane season. They say it's going to be a bad hurricane season, just what we needed. So I'm trying to do things that will be prepared, and I'm also trying to prepare myself with education to keep employed through all of this. And I think my preparedness also, I'm trying to be prepared financially in case I do get laid off. I was very lucky again. I got a big bonus right before coronavirus, and I was going to dump most of it, almost all of it, on a stereo system for the house. I had the house pre-wired for surround sound all over the house, and I was also going to custom do my closet, which was going to be $10,000 to do my closet. Is that crazy? One thing I learned from Corona is the material stuff isn't that important to me anymore. I used to be obsessed with it. It's really not that important to me anymore. So all that money went into a savings account, and it's like getting no interest, but I want to have that account have a year's worth of bills before I buy anything expensive. I thought, that everybody said you have 6 months worth of bills, and I have much more than that in investments, but I'm talking liquid, like in a savings account that is not tied to anything that I wouldn't, lose any money. Like I have investments like bonds and stuff like that, that if I got unemployed, I'd be a month before this, before putting money away, I would be like a month and I'd be into that money and I'd be losing money to cash it out. So when I spoke to my financial advisor, to my surprise, he said, no, Monty, you shouldn't have 6 months of bills, you should have a year. So that's gonna probably take me a year, which is faster than most people could ever do that, but that's because my bills aren't that big. I almost paid cash for this house, very small mortgage, and I've paid off all my credit card debt, and now I'm just trying to sock money away every month into this account. So I'm trying to be prepared in case the worst. What if the worst stuff? I never thought this way before. I was, I make all this money and I'm in technology and I just find another job and I don't have to, put a lot of money. I put money away in my investments in retirement, but I don't have to have a lot of money on cash on hand and blah, 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 blah. Now I realized I was wrong. And I used to think I was such a responsible person with money, but it's all relative. Considering how much money I was making, I was very irresponsible, even though I put away tons of money. But, I realized a little bit that I was fooling myself, that I wasn't as responsible as I thought I was. And I had a couple of financial advisors tell me, if you weren't so crazy with money, you would already be retired. I mean, you should have been, with all the money you made, you should have been retired already. So I'm about 9 years away from retirement, and this working thing really sucks at my age at 56. I'm over it. I'd love to be retired. I envy all my friends who are retired. But anyway, so I am trying to be prepared. I'm trying to be prepared financially, mentally, and stocked-wise in the house. I've stocked up with a lot of canned goods. I've stocked up on all the stuff I told you in my kind of like medical room where I have all the masks and the sanitizer and all this stuff. So I'm just trying to be as prepared as much as I can for a second and third wave if it does happen. I'm even considering cashing in some of my bonds and just putting it in cash because I have some of these muni bonds. I'm thinking, what if we have a second and third wave and municipalities start going bankrupt? I could lose all my money. I used to think it was the most safest investment in the world. This is a new age. This is a new world. So I'm going to talk to my financial advisor on Monday because I'm just worried if we have a second or third wave. Could my investments that I think are 100% safe for retirement not be? They may not be. Who would think municipalities would go bankrupt? Guess what, guys? We have a second and third wave of this. It very well could happen. They were talking on the news about states claiming bankruptcy. So why not municipalities? So anyway, that's what's been going on. I hope you are all going to think about being a good Boy Scout. How can you prepare yourself? Again, prepare yourself with food. Maybe have some more frozen foods, canned food. I hope you're all learning to cook, during all of this. I hope at least you've bettered yourself with your cooking skills to eat healthier, because Lord knows that all this fast food, I always talk about how you can chart on a graph that the fast food industry climbing with obesity rates in this country, and I always talk about 70% of people are overweight obese. So hope you've learned how to cook. And see, it's not so bad cooking all your own meals. I'm sure most of you have been doing it. And you can cook such healthy, great stuff. Oh, by the way, I'm cooking some really amazing stuff tomorrow for my mother and her friend Marva for Mother's Day. They're coming over. All my food's going to be food art. Everything I make is going to be food art. Probably all the stuff you've seen, all in one meal for them. So I'm really excited about that. And back to the topic. So I hope you're prepared with your food and your cooking. I hope you're prepared with taking the time to better yourself in case you are unemployed or you get unemployed. How are you going to make yourself more marketable and learn new skills? Especially in technology, when I can do everything remotely. Now, my customers used to not think so, but now I've proven it. We've been very successful on this project. The customer said he's been trying to implement Agile for 16 years, and it wasn't until I came along that we were able to do so. And 80% of the work I did was all remotely. So I was only on site for about 10 weeks, and that was just doing all the planning, but all the execution has been remotely from this office here with everybody at home. So prepare yourself food, prepare yourself also exercise. Find YouTube videos on how you can exercise at home. I use YouTube videos almost every single day. Prepare yourself by bettering yourself with education and things you can do for your job. Prepare yourself with financially, right? I think a lot of us has learned that this material stuff that we are just obsessed with is not that important. And now we're kind of used to it. I always say it takes 21 days to form a habit. Sometimes it's more, but I think we're all in the habit now of staying in and not going out as much. I mean, I think I felt lucky because I really didn't have much of a life, and a lot of people felt like they were kind of tortured being at home all the time, but my life really didn't change that much. I work out, I cook, I go to sleep, I wake up, I do the same thing all over again. But how are you going to prepare yourself financially? There's a lot of things you've probably found out through coronavirus that you don't need, and we all need to put some more money away. And I know I've gotten some nasty comments saying, you don't understand, the average person can't afford to save. I think there are a lot of, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think there are a lot of people who can't afford to save, who make minimum wage and all that stuff. But I'm talking to the people who can. There are a lot of us. So I have a lot of friends who make a lot of money and they just spend money like it's going out of style. It's that gluttonous American culture I talk about. Bigger is better, and we want more and more and more and more. And I've committed to myself, I'm not going to buy anything major until I have got that year's worth of bills in the bank. So there's a lot of things to think about, a lot of things to be better prepared. And I hope you guys have learned a lot from coronavirus. Hope you're all staying safe and healthy and being very careful now that all the states are opening up. And we'll be more prepared in case this does. I don't want to be a Neil negative, but in case this does happen, how are you going to be a better Boy Scout and be more prepared for something, either more waves of this or something like this in the future? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the chat. I'll be taking some pictures and videos of Mother's Day. It's going to be a fun day with my mom and Marva. And I hope you all have a wonderful Mother's Day with your mom. And if you're not being able to be with her, I hope you could video conference with her or FaceTime.